Hi guys, it's Rike here and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rike and I review a lot of activewear. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Today I am reviewing a brand that I have not tried before. I've seen lots about it. Lots of people have bought from them. They're not a small brand, I guess. And they're actually based in the UK, if I remember this correctly. And I recently was talking about how I wanted to try them, or how I was thinking of trying them, and that I had ordered, and I was just waiting for FedEx to deliver my package. And I actually had to end up asking FedEx, like, what's going on? Because it's just set out for delivery for like 3 or 4 days without anything happening. Turns out they dropped it off somewhere without telling me. So yeah. Anyway, I got the stuff. And the brand I am talking about is Oner Active, or how I think of them, Oner Active. But yeah, this is them. You know, for me, it's just Yada B, and that's just like kind of weird brand name. But no, it's just a funky name, a funky way of spelling honor. So I will not talk about this any further because that's just like, okay. But we will just move on and just talk about the clothes, I think. But yeah, anyway, I got a bunch of different things. I wanted to try out a few different things. And you can also return, so that is good. Right, return easily, because it's not always as easy with the returns, but with Oner Active, you can do it. So I was like, okay, cool, that means I can try a few different things for you guys. And yeah, so I think they're mainly famous for their effortless seamless or something, right? And they don't just have seamless. So I think I got a mix, but I honestly don't really remember. I mean, not this took forever or something. It did not. FedEx took forever. But actually from me ordering and them actually shipping it out was not that long. So that's good. There was no import fees from me in Europe. And that's also good. I appreciate that. And like I said, easy returns, which is also nice. Now, I think we should just go ahead and open this and see what I got, because like I said, I don't really remember. I think I got 5 pieces, potentially. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I also just saw that it says honor your body, like come on, you can at least spell this right when you're actually using this as a proper word, right? Like, I mean, come on. Like, what is this even supposed to mean? Like, just spell it properly, please. That's just so weird. Anyway, how many pieces do I have? I think it was more than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I ordered 7 pieces apparently. I don't remember it being 7, but that's good, right? Even more to try out. So this is gonna be like the ultimate Oner Active review try-on haul. Yeah, I hope you're up for that today, because I think it's going to be a longer video with 7 pieces. So I got a few different colors as well, because I think it's always fun. And they had color options, so that's good. For a lot of their things, they had a lot of different color options. They also do a lot of launches, and I've noticed that on the internet, people are complaining that sometimes the launches sell out very fast. Now, there was stuff in stock. Of course, it's possible that sometimes they have launches that are super popular with very popular colors. Maybe that sells out. I don't know. I haven't tried to shop during a launch. I just went on their website to see if there's anything I could try and found a good bunch of stuff in my sizes. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, we have a good amount of bottoms too, I think. I tried to have something for everything, something for everyone, I guess. Let me see. This is like a pair of shorts, 2 leggings, 3 leggings, another pair of shorts. What? I am so confused right now. Yeah, I got 2 pairs of shorts and 3 pairs of leggings. Oh boy, do I have to do a lot of squat tests, I guess, because it's only 2 tops. All right, well, let's do it. I will start with the most colorless piece in this whole haul, I guess. This is a white top. I got white because I figured it would match with all the other colors I got. And this is the SoftMotion high neck sports bra. Now, I do love a high neck moment, and SoftMotion sounded good, right? So I'm expecting it to be soft. This is the color white, no fancy names here, and I got this in my normal top size, small. All right, This has like a little fancy black hang tag that tells you again what this is. But the bag also tells you, which I kind of appreciate. And yeah, this is our little high neck moment. It does have removable cup pads and they have very precise pockets. I could already see that through the keyhole moment in the back, but you can see very precise pockets for the cup pads. And yes, they are removable. They are also white to match the white. Question is if you can see them through or not, but we'll see that when I have that on. Because with white, it's always a little bit tricky. But yeah, so far so good. Has a slight curve, like kind of reminds me a little bit of the Buff Bunny Collection curve sports bra. That also, I think, has a little more of an intense curve, but also has that high neck moment. But I think that one curves in a little bit more here than this one. So this is maybe a little bit simpler otherwise. And then in the back, it also is different. The Buff Bunny Collection one does have a racer back, and this one has this big keyhole moment, which actually is kind of cute. And then with this little band here as well, you actually have Oner like stitched in here, which is slightly different. I didn't expect to see a stitched in logo. It's usually like the silicone ones or, you know, just like a little patch there, but this is stitched in, so different. And it's not tone and tone, it's gray, but it's not black or anything, so it's not like super annoying. And it's just on there. It's just a weird word. That's the thing, right? I would have preferred their logo on there, which is this. Do they have it somewhere on here? Yeah. Just this kind of, the little like triangular or like angled lines there. That would have been my preference for a stitched in logo situation. But you can't always get what you want, can you? But yes, fabric feels really, really soft, quite like stretchy and lightweight as well. So I don't expect this to be like a super high support sports bra. Made in Vietnam, you can wash at 30 degrees, yes. And it's made from 81% polyamide and 19% elastane. So that's what you got. Double lined, of course, because, you know, you have the sports bra needs a pocket, right? And yeah, it's double lined all the way, so that's good. And it has like a little band under the chest, a little elastic, but like not really a thick band or anything. Did I say elastic? No, it's not really elastic. It is, yeah, it really just like a little seam and then kind of just, yeah, I don't know. But I think it's kind of, it looks cute. I do like this keyhole moment. I prefer that over like a racer back. And again, I do like a good high neck moment. So this is, could be good. The little curve is also nice. And like I said, fabric so far feels good as well. And let's just see it on. All right, we're starting it off with this sports bra, and promptly when I put this on, the tag fell off. So I guess I'm keeping it. Because it just got stuck. And yeah, I don't know. So yeah, let's hope I like it. But so far it feels really nice. Fabric is still nice and soft on the body. It fits well, I think. And you can see definitely like nice cropped. Yeah. Sports bra, very high neck, good type of coverage. And yeah, we do have this slide kind of curve here. It's not like super intense, but you have a little bit of that, and you can also kind of see that there's a seam. It's, yeah, so it's good. We do have the removable cup pads in here. As far as I can tell, I don't really see them as intensely, maybe a little bit, but it's nothing too wild. Like, I mean, this is white, so it's always a little bit difficult. And yeah, you can see, you know, looks good, I think. And then in the back, we have this nice open back situation. So just this little band here, which is also still very comfy. A little bit of, you know, fabric here for a little bit of support. And then just this big cutout so you can really show off your back. And yeah, looks cute. I think it's nice. I like it so far. No complaints. I saw a stain, found a stain on the wall. I was just looking at it. But yeah, can't really complain about this. I think it's nice. I think it's cute. It's, I mean, I got this in a basic color as well, so just it would mix and match with everything, right? And I think that works well with this one, with white, for sure. Although I always feel like there's some colors that mix better with white, and there's some colors that mix better with black. And there's some colors that can do both. But in general, I tend to go more with white in like spring and summer, and I go more with black in autumn and winter. So yeah, that's just me though. And I think that's also really depends on your preference. If you're kind of like going, you feel different colors depending on the weather. So yeah. Anyway,
looks cute. I have no complaints about this so far. Support-wise, I would say medium support. And of course, you're nicely tucked in. I would also say, like, you know, of course, they're not going to fall out, but I also don't think you would fall out down here. Like up here, of course, very secure. But yeah, down here, I mean, I can move and nothing is happening. And yeah, so I feel like it's safe from the top and the bottom, without having like an overly like tight seam under here or something like that. So yeah, let's move on.
Okay, and I of course also got a second sports bra just to make things a little bit more interesting and to have like different options for trying on the bottoms. And this one is a little pink number. It is the SoftMotion Scoop Back Bralette. So I didn't actually get any seamless sports bras apparently. And this one is in cherry blossom pink, and I got this one in an extra small. I think I wanted this color and it wasn't available in a small. And sometimes because I have a smaller chest, an extra small is actually a better fit, especially for like deep V sports bras or like low neck sports bras. Oh, interesting. This is kind of like, you know, when they put this little wrapping paper in there, but now it's actually a plastic sheet. It's a micropack enhanced PE sheet. Okay, never seen that before. Different. But anyway, not super interesting. So this one does have a deep V, so I was like, okay, come on, I'll just try that in an extra small. And the fabric, still very soft, very brushed. I feel like the brushing is much more obvious in the pink now than it was in the white. Like, I feel like it has a slightly, the texture just looks more intense, but it's actually not. I think it's just the pink brings it out a little bit more. I was just trying to like look close up, right? But yes, this one is also kind of simple, and it looks very tiny, honestly. It's like, how is this supposed to like go around my upper body? I don't know. We'll find out. It has stretch, but let's see. Maybe the extra small is a little bit too small, which is perfectly fine. This was just me trying. I have never tried this brand before, so how am I supposed to know now? You know, so that's how it goes. Anyway, deep V, removable cup pads, thicker up and down straps. They're not adjustable, but we do have a little bit of stretch in the fabric. And then in the back, just very, very, very simple little band. Again, we have this Oner thing, their name stitched in here this time in white. And yeah, I mean, it looks cute. It's simple, but it like kind of still has like some elegance to it, I would say, but it just looks a little tiny. So we will see how that goes for me. Let's see it on.
All right, and we have this one on now, so it does fit. I would say I would not recommend to size down in general. Not even if you're in between, you could, yeah. But like for a small chest, I feel like you could still stick with your normal size. Like, yes, it works, but I still feel like I'm a little squished, and I don't have big boobs. So my small boobs are getting a little squished now. I think the small would have been better. But the extra small does work, and there's no gaping. So that's good. Lots of cleavage, but that was to be expected with this style sports bra, obviously. And yeah, it's a beautiful little pink color. The straps are stretchy, right, and quite comfy enough. And they're also tight enough, I will say that, so they're not too long for me, because that also sometimes happens. They're quite wide set, so you have good side coverage, but obviously here, I mean, you're exposed. But again, with that deep V, that was pretty obvious. So there's no surprise. I would not recommend this one for a big chest. For a workout, at least. I don't think that would be a good idea. So just so you know, but I think you can tell. I think you can see that. We also do have a very short line situation here, so just this band under the chest. And like, I'm not getting under boob, but I think there is a risk if you have a bigger chest. So again, not necessarily sports bra I would recommend for a bigger chest. But it is very comfy otherwise because of the straps here, the thicker straps. I feel like they are a little wide set, so I'm a little worried they're gonna fall off my shoulders. I don't think they actually will, but it kind of feels like it's about to. You know, it's like this, just a little bit further in would have been nicer, but like they're kind of just sitting just a tad over the point where I would want them to be, basically. But otherwise, no problem there. Very, very simple in the back, so nothing really to show off there, not strappy or anything, just up and down straps and very minimal kind of. So definitely like, yeah, a minimal sports bra. But it is still cute. I feel like, I mean, it does something to this area, obviously. Would I wear this to the gym just like that? Has to be a day where I actually feel like it, right? But I mean, I could totally see this also as like a thing under like a deeper, like deep V tank top, or just like a lower cut tank top, or also like an everyday life kind of lower cut top. You could easily wear that underneath because it does give a lift for sure. I also think it flattens things a little bit, but it also pushes them a little bit up, right? So, yeah. But the material feels soft and stretchy and, you know, comfy. So no complaints there. And the color is gorgeous. So let's move on.
Okay, now it is time to move on to the bottoms because we have a lot of them, and I just realized because I just looked through, I think I only got one seamless piece, but we have it in there. So stay tuned if this is what you're here for. But they apparently do a lot of other different things. Again, like for me, it was always like, oh, they have this effortless seamless, which is what everyone was talking about. And apparently I got a lot of SoftMotion and other stuff, but the SoftMotion fabric is very soft. So, but yeah, lots of different things apparently. And I should know this because I looked at their website. This is how I ordered stuff, right? Anyway, we're going to start with the shorts, least amount of fabric to most amount of fabric. And I will start with these shorts in rosewood, which is kind of dark red color. And these are called the SoftMotion high-waisted shorts 6-inch. Why is this a size small? I am very confused. I would never order shorts in a small. So yeah, I'm a little confused because these are definitely a small. Did I make a mistake or did they make a mistake? But I mean, at least the thighs don't look like too squishy. Anyway, here we are. And I will just quickly double check what I ordered because I am a little confused about this. So give me a second and I'm going to check my email. Okay, I checked my order confirmation and yes, turns out I didn't order 5 bottoms. I only ordered 4 and I did not order these shorts. So yes, I didn't order shorts in a small. I don't know how they got in here. It's not something is missing as far as I can see. It's just this is a bonus piece. It would have been nice if the bonus piece had been in my size, but we can find out if they still fit. I don't know. I'm very confused though. This is different. I've had it before where I got something double accidentally, but never just an extra thing that was not like, oh, get something for free. So I'm a little confused about this because yeah, everything is there. And these are just an extra piece. So anyway, we'll review them. And like I said, maybe I would have preferred a medium in these, but yeah. So this is the rosewood color. These are, I think, 6-inch shorts. I don't know if these are high-waisted though, because I saw that they had some mid-rise options. So this might be a mid-rise option because the rise does not look super high. They don't have a top seam, but there's definitely like a tighter fit around the waist. And you can also see it's a little tapered in up top here. No front seam. Nice deep V for the glutes here in the back. And again, we have that Oner stitched in there. So that seems to be their thing. I would have preferred this in a darker color, not in white, but yeah. And no side seam detailing here. And like I said, the thighs, at least, it seems to be thick thigh friendly enough because it's not really super tight around here, but it's maybe tapering out ever so slightly. We will find out. But yeah, I think these are not high. These don't look super high-waisted, but it does say high-waisted actually. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the width of the waistband itself or something. I don't know. But yeah, these also look a little tiny. We will see how it goes. Let's see these mystery shorts on.
Okay, so here are the bonus shorts, is what I will call them now. So yes, definitely I would prefer the medium, but they do fit at least, so that's good. Definitely like the waistband is quite like compressive, even though this is more of like a lighter material or like, you know, like kind of less compressive material. But like we saw how it was tapering in, right? And you can definitely tell that on as well, which is actually quite nice. But yeah, it's quite thin. So it's not very wide of a waistband, which is unusual, I would say. And I don't know, I always feel like that, I don't know, it's just like something is a little different. Yeah. So I don't really know how I feel about it yet. Now I feel like because it's not as wide, I don't know if it like kind of accentuates the hip dips here, or like the hip side part here. I don't know. Like, because then you have less compression on this part, so it's kind of like jutting out, or I don't know if that's even the right word, but like, you know, I don't know, there's something there. Also, it's not like the most high-waisted, so I'm pulling this up, and then I can feel like more tension in this area, so I could imagine if you're prone to camel toe, this might be something. Now, obviously, this might not be the case for if I had gotten my normal size medium. Maybe this is just because this is the small now, but like, you know, I feel like there's a little bit more tension in this area. Now, lengthwise, these are definitely a little bit longer. I'm not sure though if they're actually like 6 inches. Like, again, this could be due to this not being the right size for me, right? That they feel a little shorter, but like they're still not immediately rolling, which is good. So I guess not too many complaints there. And then I will say, I'm surprised, but like, I don't know if you can see, but like it goes in there. The seam here goes really in between the cheeks without me doing anything. So that also might contribute to the camel toe in the front, by the way. So that's always, yeah, a little tricky. But they do feel shorter than a 6 inch. Like, especially now that I'm looking at the back, right? Like, it's definitely shorter. I don't know. I don't know if that's just the size factor or if it's actually a little bit shorter. Like, to me, they feel more like a 4 inch short. Like, definitely. Like, it's kind of a little bit weird. Maybe they are actually, because did I just imagine that they're 6 inch? Because I didn't even order these, so this is possible that these are not a 6 inch short. Huh, okay. Yeah, I think they feel a little shorter for sure. But yeah, they're not immediately rolling, at least, so that's good. But yeah, the seam goes in between the cheeks, surprisingly. I don't know if you can see it. It is so dark outside right now. And it's daylight. It's supposedly daylight, but like it doesn't feel like it. So I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it goes in between here. And yeah, otherwise nice V here in the back for sure. And I will say, for the fact that this is a size small, my thighs are feeling pretty good. So these are thick thigh friendly for sure. Like, absolutely. Like, I would still prefer a medium just because it would be a little bit better overall, also in this area, but they are thick thigh friendly. Like, you can't say it. Like, if I don't have too much sausaging in a small, like, they're definitely thick thigh friendly. So there you go. Bonus shorts, okay, I would say. And let's move on.
On to the pair of shorts I actually ordered. These are the Unified high-waisted pocket shorts in the color Arctic Blue, and I did get these in my normal short size medium. Now there are pocket shorts. I'm usually not necessarily the biggest fan of pockets on things because I don't necessarily use them. But I don't know, these were just in a nice color, and I think they didn't have this color in something else. And it's also a different fabric than what I've shown you so far. I mean, so far I've only shown you SoftMotion, but I did say that there's some seamless coming. But these are different as well. So these are, wow, kind of a thicker performance-y fabric. Like, it feels, oh my God, do you see this compression? Like, whoa, okay. Very happy they didn't send me those in a small. Because yeah, this is definitely more compressive fabric. But these are also like, you know, a longer inseam than like just a little short. The Arctic Blue looks really, really nice. It's a beautiful color. And we have no front seam, and then we have this double seam detailing here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Whitney shorts and leggings. And then in the back, you also do have a V for the glutes, not as intense as with the SoftMotion shorts, but it is there. And then we do have side pockets here. And the side pockets are also kind of serious. Like we have this kind of bonded edge here to them at the top. And then the pocket is not super wide, but I think a phone should fit. And then you can see it goes a little thinner here and then ends. And we have those on both sides. Now for this one, we have more of a type of logo that I would have expected on the other pieces as well. It's just their logo and it's silicone. So this is kind of what I would have expected to see on everything. And this, I also honestly prefer the style of the logo. I think the stitched in one is actually nice. Maybe it doesn't work as well on this kind of sleek performance material. So maybe this is why here we do have the silicone logo, but I feel like they could have easily done this instead of the Oner stitched in on the other pieces. I would have loved to see that. Yeah, but like this seems like definitely very intense. I'm a little worried about these, but you know, thigh-wise, it still seems like it shouldn't cut in too much. It seems still to be thick thigh friendly enough, I think. There was just a loose little thread. I was like, what is this? No. But yeah, so I think it should be okay, but definitely up top here, the waistband seems very compressive. It is definitely very different material. I prefer the softer brushed materials over this very sleek performance material, but it doesn't feel like a bad sleek performance material. It's just, it doesn't feel as luxurious as the SoftMotion does. And I think that's also just a preference. I do prefer the brushed fabrics over the sleek fabrics. I also prefer the brushed fabrics over the seamless fabrics. So I think it's really just a preference. But like, it's still soft, it's sleek, but I definitely have felt softer performance materials, right? Like it especially the waistband to me feels a little stiffer, but we will find out if that actually is the case when you have them on, of course. But yeah, Arctic Blue is beautiful. And let's see these on.
All right, now here we have the more performance-y shorts. And as I kind of anticipated with performance-y things, I do feel the cutting in a little bit more on the thighs. But these are a true 6-inch length now. So I really do believe the other ones were a 4-inch short because yeah, this is longer. This is kind of what I'm expecting from a 6-inch length, kind of, you know, going a little bit further than cheeks. So yeah, but I will say they're quite compressive up top here. So good job with that, because since I usually size up for this area, you know, I don't get as much compression up top here, but I can feel it with these ones. I will say I find them not high-waisted enough for me. So my waist is there, right? And the fact you can see my belly button a little bit, like it's definitely not a full high rise for me. Now it might be for other people. I do have a longer torso, so this might be the reason, but still, I'm just missing a little bit. I kind of want to pull them a little bit higher, but then I get more tension in this area again. And of course there's no front seam, but still, like you can kind of feel where things want to sit and they don't want to sit. Normal high waist for me, basically. That's not where they want to sit. Otherwise, yeah, no front seam. We do have like some seam detailing up top here with this double seam detail here. There is not a top seam, but I feel like there's something in this waistband. It might just be a seam on the inside, kind of keeping the two layers together. And then we do have the two pockets here. So one on this side and one on this side as well. And now it's getting much lighter, even though there's still clouds in the sky. Yeah, phone does fit. You can maybe see the tiniest corner peeking out a little bit there, but it's still otherwise good size pocket for a phone, or, you know, whatever else you need. The phone is usually the bigger piece that has to go in there, right? And yeah, I would say the sausaging is okay still, but definitely a little bit more compared to the SoftMotion. And those were a size smaller, right? So yeah, these are not as thick thigh friendly. It still works, but I just can't compare with the other ones, basically. But to be fair, that's also hard. That's very tough. And then in the back, we do have some V here for the glutes, just a normal seam. And this one doesn't go in between the cheeks as much, but it still gives you some separation. So I still think they look actually quite good from the back. And now that I've had these on for a few more minutes, I think they're actually comfy enough. But But yeah, it's a sleek material, right? Like it's a bit more performance-y. Also, if you put weight in the pockets, I think they still stay up because of the good compression you get from the waistband. So that's good, because sometimes I feel like you put something in the pockets and they're gonna slide, whatever you have on is gonna slide right down with the weight of whatever is in your pocket. And I think the color is beautiful. Works well, of course, with a white sports bra. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're decent. Are they like the most amazing performance shorts ever? No, but again, they're thick thigh friendly enough that's sometimes hard to get. And I wish they were a little bit more high-waisted, like just, you know, like a centimeter, like half an inch more in the rise would be kind of what I would be looking for. This would be a little bit more ideal for me. But again, also, right, like not everyone has such a long torso, I guess. So, but yeah, just a little bit more for me would have been nice, I think. But otherwise, I mean, they're decent, they're good. Are they perfect? No. But it's not a bad pair of shorts. Like again, the fact that, you know, my thighs aren't dying is great. Like it's a very hard thing to do apparently for active brands, like activewear brands. You can't get thick thigh friendly shorts from everywhere. So yeah, I should give them credit for that, I think. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, now we're moving on to the leggings, and I have 3 different ones for you with 3 different types of fabrics. So we do have the more sleek fabric, we have the soft fabric, we have the seamless fabric. So there's something for everyone, I believe, or I hope at least. And let's just dive into this. I think because we just saw the performance material, the unified material, or if they call it the unified material, I don't know, but the material of the unified shorts, I will just continue with the unified leggings because, you know, just keeping that going. And I did get the UnifiedMove wrap leggings in hot girl pink in a size medium. So I'm usually in between a size small and medium when it comes to leggings, but if I do not know a brand, I'll obviously go for the bigger size because that's just the safest bet. And these are wrap leggings, so they do have a crisscross waist. They do come in different lengths. So I did get the long length because it did say if you are, I think, above like 167 or something, they would recommend the long length. I didn't do it for everything, but I definitely did it for these leggings. So I did get the long length in these. And yeah, this is hot girl pink. Still like, not like the truest pink. I don't know, like I feel like the true pink is kind of a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, maybe like the nails that I currently have. The nails, they're my nails, right? Not just the nails, but yeah. But anyway, so this is, let me just put the other paper away that was in there. Kind of the leggings version, I guess, of the shorts we got, but without pockets. They might have those with pockets as well. I didn't look, to be fair. To be fair, yes, I did not. And they're slightly different, of course, because we have the cross waist. So that does change things. So maybe they're not the leggings version of the shorts. But in terms of the fabric, this is the same. I can definitely tell it's the sleek performance material. Does have some stretch up here, but definitely feels a little compressive around the waistband. It's also double lined the waistband, and definitely because of that feels a little like thicker and just a little bit more like, oh, kind of. If you know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean with that, so yeah. And yeah, you can see the wrap here. We do have a top seam, which I kind of find very interesting with a cross waist legging, because the top seam also, of course, continues on the, you know, wrap part here. No front seam, no side seam detailing, and then in the back, a little bit more intense V-glue detailing than on the shorts maybe, but still same logo type, but not silicone this time. So this is kind of this reflective logo. But still, I prefer that over, you know, just the Oner stitched in there. So kind of would have liked to see that on more things. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about these. They're otherwise quite simple. Everything's kind of happening up top here. The long length, we'll also see how that pans out for me. And I mean, yeah, I will be honest, the color, I don't know, it's not my top favorite. There's definitely nicer pinks out there. I like the name more than I like the actual pink, I think. But let's see these on.
Okay, tonal pink outfit now, because I think that's fun and a very springy situation. So I will say getting these on was tougher than I expected, because like getting this tighter waistband over the butt was a little bit like, ooh, you have to do the pants dance, which to be fair, I mean, is required for a lot of leggings. And these are performance-y leggings, so usually with the performance leggings, it makes sense because you want the waistband to be nice and tight and compressive. So yeah, this is, you know, the wrap crossover situation. Now you can see that, of course, in the wrap part, you can see my belly button, and the kind of side of the wrap that comes up a little bit higher, the side of the crisscross, basically the side of the waistband, kind of hits that sweet spot around my waist. So I think it's fine. Like, no complaints about the waist height here. Maybe a little bit in the back, it could be a little bit higher, because here I feel like it dips just the tiniest bit low, so it could come up, you know, just a bit higher, especially when you squat. Okay, these don't actually slide down too much, but I just feel like there's a little bit of height missing in the back of the waistband. And that doesn't bother me a ton, but it could bother me a little bit. Now, these are totally full length on me. I actually do have a little bit of extra fabric here that I think I could probably like adjust to be on the leg somewhere. But if you wanted a 7/8 length, you're about my height, I guess you could also go with the regular length. So the long length wasn't necessary, and I do like a 7/8 length usually on my leggings. But also good news, if you're a little bit taller, these might still be full length on you. We don't have a front seam, which is good because I feel like, again, there's a little bit of extra tension, and I kind of feel like there's a little bit of fabric gathering here. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And there's a little bit of Barbie crotch potential happening. And I will also say I could see that already because I have that black hang tag. Like, it is not very, you can see it through easily, right? Like, and that in the front as well. So my expectations for the squat test are very low for these. And just so you know, you are aware already, it's not going to be very squat proof at all. And I mean, usually with neon-y colors, it is a little bit tougher. But I was surprised to see that I could see that through in the front already. So I'm kind of, I don't think I can see the outline of my nude underwear, but don't wear black under this. I'm pretty sure you would easily see the outline of your black underwear in the front. Just to warn you, I said it now, you are aware. Yeah, no side seam otherwise, like pretty simple. And then in the back, you can also see that V. And again, the seam does go a little bit more in between the glutes than I expected. And this is without me doing much, just pulling it up a little bit basically. And I think you can probably get that in there a little bit more if you wanted to. And it's not a scrunch or anything, but you do get a good amount of glute separation. And I'm wondering if this has to do with like this thin waistband, because everyone always feels like they need to pull it up. Then there's more tension on that seam, which kind of drags it a little bit more in between the cheeks. I kind of feel like it has to deal with that, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert on like pattern making for activewear and anything at all. So yeah, not sure if that's what does it, but in a way, I mean, I don't think these are something I would be keeping because like there's a few things that I'm like, yeah, okay. And I mean, the performance material is one thing. It's just not my top favorite material. Like I said, they are a little longer than I expected, so there's also that. And then, like, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like there's a little bit too much tension here in these areas. But I think if you just look at them like this, I think they do look cute. I think this is actually a cute outfit if you're into pink. Like, these two pink tones do match quite well. Yeah. I don't know, not bad, not my absolute favorite, but good, I would say. Let's move on.
Okay, now we're continuing with the SoftMotion high-waisted leggings. I got these in cherry lacquer purple, also in the long length. So I did stick with long apparently. See, I can't remember, like I order things and I'm like, let's see what happens. But I also do wait to open them until I have time to film, right? So now this is the soft fabric. I will say I kind of feel like it felt softer on the tops. But I always feel that, honestly. I always feel that. Also, this is the darkest color that we have in the... No, actually not, because the shorts were also soft, right? The SoftMotion, the other ones, the surprise ones. But yeah, so this is a different color than the shorts. So this is cherry lacquer purple, the shorts were rosewood, and this is definitely more red, this is more purple when you compare these two. So they are different colors, which makes sense because they have different names. And these are kind of very, very simple. Now, I got these in a medium, and while I thought the shorts looked a little small, I find that these leggings look a little big up top. Like the waist part looks just a little wide to me. But again, it still looks like it's not high-waisted, which it is, right? Because, or which it is at least supposed to be. It's because the waistband is so narrow. And you don't usually see that, right? Usually the waistband will be a little bit wider, so it can also give you a little bit of lower tummy compression. But clearly with this style fabric, the compression is not the main goal because it's not something that you usually get with soft fabric like this. Yeah, but these are otherwise very simple leggings. There's not much happening here. We don't have a top seam. We don't have a front seam. We don't have any side seams. And then in the back, you just have that V for the glutes. So that's kind of it, honestly. Like, so they're like very, very basic staple leggings, which there's nothing wrong with that. And we do have that stitched in Oner writing in there again, on there. Again, I prefer the logo, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't have much else to say about these because they're so simple. Like there's really no other detailing. It's just like, this is a pair of leggings. It is simple. It is basic, which doesn't have to be bad again, like, right? That can also be really, really good. But yeah, let's see these on.
Okay, now onto these. I mean, we saw the short version of this, and I will say I do miss the compression of the the shorts and the waist because that one was a small, right? Now this is a medium, and I do think I would like to have these in a small. So yeah, kind of missing the compression. Otherwise, they're fine. Like they are just a very simple legging, like I already said, right? The material is a little bit more cottony now that I have it on. Like, I feel like on the sports bra, it never feels as obvious how cottony things feel compared to on a legging. They do feel a little bit more high-waisted though than the shorts now. Maybe that's because of this being a medium and I can pull them up a little bit higher. I don't know, but like now they feel like a high waist, except for again, in the back, I feel like they could be a tad higher. But yeah, no top seam, no front seam. There is not as much tension now. So again, that also, you know, probably came from the small, like a little bit more tension in this area, which kind of makes sense. And then the seam still goes in between the cheeks a little bit more than anticipated, but like it's not uncomfortable or anything, right? It just like kind of contours things a little bit more than I thought it would because yeah, it has no scrunch. So, and again, I don't know if you see it because now it's gotten darker again and like this weather is like, I don't know what's going on. I hope I can compensate with the color corrections. But yeah, anyway, we have this deep V. You have, again, like the seam going in between the cheeks a little bit more. And then lengthwise, these are a full length on me. So again, I'm kind of a fan of 7/8 length, so I should have just gone with the regular length, I think. So I do think that's also good to know. If you are looking for a 7/8 length and you're my height, you're probably good with the regular length, whereas if you're looking for a long or a full length, then you would have been good, or you should have gotten that long length. So I also, honestly, I didn't look into that. I don't know how big the difference is in terms of inseams. It's usually like 2-inch differences, right? Which actually, if I think about it, 2 inches from this, maybe that would be a little bit less than a 7/8 length on me. So it's always a little bit tougher to tell, right? Because I don't have one, so I can't try it on and tell you. But yeah, otherwise these are super simple if you're looking for just like a simple legging. Again, I wish there was more compression in the waistband, so I think next time I would try these in a small, just to have that compression that I actually did like in the shorts. And yeah, otherwise, I mean, I wouldn't wear these for like the sweatiest workout, because again, this is more the soft brushed material, so this is going to be a little bit less quick drying than the sleek performance material. But I think that's also just normal, right? That's like nothing too outrageous, and it kind of makes sense. But yeah, decent. To be fair, they're nothing too special, but I think the fact that the seam kind of goes in between the cheeks a little bit more is quite nice if you're looking for a little bit of glute separation, a little bit more of glute separation, but you don't like a scrunch necessarily. So yeah, I would say that is it for these, and let's move on. Okay, and maybe you've been waiting for this the whole video. Maybe you haven't, I don't know. But we finally, our last piece, finally we have our Effortless seamless leggings. I had to get one of those because again, this is like the first thing I heard that they have and that people have been talking about a lot, and something they keep bringing back and back and back. So clearly there has to be something about it, right? And I got these in ocean blue and a size medium in the long length. Because again, apparently long length was what they recommended. So if you are really tall, because I don't think I'm very tall, but you know, just that kind of average, but apparently for them, I need the long length. But then you might have an issue. I don't know. You should check that out. Because they don't have extra long length. They just have like long length, regular, and I don't know what they call their short length. Short length, probably. So yeah. Anyway, this is the Effortless Seamless. This is it, guys. Ocean blue actually looks pretty. I like that one. And yeah, I had to get a size medium because don't want to risk anything, especially with seamless leggings. I always prefer a medium. I don't remember a single seamless, maybe one of the Buff Bunny ones because they were so low compression. But generally with seamless, always a medium for me. Yeah, I don't know. Like this feels like very lightweight seamless. It kind of reminds me of, what was it called? The Gymshark, not Adapt, because that's the thicker one, but the one with the dots. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, it reminds me of that one. I will put it on the screen when I figure it out, because like it bugs me right now. But it definitely the thickness and the thinness of the fabric and kind of the feel reminds me a lot of that. And yeah, because I feel like with the seamless, you have quite the thicker fabric or you have the thinner fabric, right? Like there's kind of like, it's either one or the other, and this is definitely on the thinner side.
Now we do have some detailing here. It's not a ton. It's like not overwhelming or anything. You can see that here. Also not something I haven't seen before, right? Like kind of the seamless detailing here on the waistband. It is double tiered, so we have wider ribbing up top and then a tighter one here to avoid a muffin top situation. Now the waistband also does not seem overly tapered, which is a little confusing because I feel like, you know, I kind of need that. We'll see if that works or not because of the wider ribbing. Maybe that up top, maybe it's better or actually really still worse. And then of course in the back we have some more action happening. I don't really see how my butt is gonna fit into this area here because it just seems so short for some reason, because like the underglute, well, it's not really underglute, but it's kind of like coming in here. The distance between the waistband, the back or the bottom of the waistband and that, I don't think my cheeks fit in between here, like in terms of like length. So I'm curious to see how that pans out. But yeah, so you have that detailing here, and this is kind of like a thinner mesh situation, and then you have that framed by seamless detailing. So I also don't know how that's gonna work out in terms of like what kind of underwear you can wear this thinner mesh panel, because it looks like it's actually kind of half on your cheek. And then of course we had to have a scrunch, this kind of Gymshark butthole scrunch. I'm sorry, but it's always what it looks like. So like the kind of stiff one. I mean, but to be fair, that's kind of what that's basically what you do with seamless, right? That's a seamless scrunch. That's just how it goes. We'll see if that works or not, if that's good, if it kind of goes in between the cheeks or just sits on top of you, but like the Gymshark ones do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sold on these, I'll be honest. Like, I'm a little underwhelmed right now, but maybe that'll change once I've tried them on. I don't know. We'll see. And then logo-wise, we do have an interesting situation here. So this is just like kind of towards the bottom of them on one of the legs. You have this, and this is actually also kind of part of the fabric. So this is stitched in there. And on the inside, you can really see how it is stitched in there. Looks a little messy, but on the outside, it looks clean. So the preferred logo, or my preferred logo at least. But I'm not super like into these right now. I'm into the color, but not into the whole situation here. Let's see these on. Okay, and now we're on to the Effortless Seamless. So maybe you waited for this, maybe you didn't. I will say, for the fact that these are also long length, they do not feel like it. Do you see? This is the 7/8 length. This is what I've kind of was talking about, but this is apparently the same length as the other ones, and it is not. So apparently in the seamless, the long length was definitely a good choice. So they seem to be a little bit shorter in general, which I guess is good to know. That's the first thing that I noticed. I also did like that the hang tag was actually in the at the bottom here, because it was super annoying with the other ones, trying it on and trying not to rip out the hang tag when you're trying to get these on. So yeah. This is kind of where I want it to be for the bottoms, if they have to have hang tags, right? Anyway, so they are high-waisted, and definitely high-waisted enough as well also for me. Belly button is there, and I will say surprisingly the waistband doesn't feel too loose. Like, yes, it could have a tad more compression, but I think it's also because of this double tiering that it works still well, even though we saw that it wasn't really tapered in. Because you get a little bit more compression in the lower part here, right? I think the color is nice, and of course they're very, very simple in the front. There's not much happening there. The material, to be honest, doesn't feel like it feels okay now that I have it on, but I definitely felt the waistband felt very stiff. Like, it's like when you put this on, like it just feels like it's such a stiff thing. Maybe that would get better with a few washes, I don't know, but just something I noticed. And then we do have that fake seam detailing here on the sides, trying to like, you know, give you that illusion of the hourglass waist. And then other detailing, just this here on the side. I mean, I'm wearing nude underwear now, so you won't be able to see much underwear, but of course it is mesh, right? I don't know if you can see my fingers or my nail polish through, but I would not recommend black underwear that kind of is wider, or you have to pull it up here where the waistband is, and then you can see it actually does go a little bit under the glutes. So my butt does fit into the space. Surprisingly, I was surprised. But it doesn't really go under the glutes, right? It's just kind of like hits the side of the glutes here. And then we do have that scrunch
It gives a little bit of an indentation there, but not a ton. So it doesn't sit on top, but it also doesn't sit in it too much, right? So I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. Like it does a little bit of separation, but not as much as I expected, especially after having tried on the non-scrunch bottoms now that I had, right? The other two, but I feel like the seam just went in between the cheeks way more than the scrunch is doing now. So yeah, that's that. I don't actually feel it though when I squat, which is nice. But yeah, it still has like that scrunch look and it's not my favorite. And then also it dips a little bit lower here in the back because of the scrunch, of course. But yeah, I mean, I would say they do feel a little bit nicer than the equivalent Gymshark ones, or at least the ones that I feel like from fabric feel or fabric feel wise are the equivalent. I do think these fit and feel a little bit better, but they're still not my favorite seamless. The color is gorgeous though. Let's move on. All right, it's conclusion time. Now, let me grab that pile. Here we go. We do have some colors, different fabrics and everything. So I think it's nice that they do have something for everyone, right? If you want a performance material, there is a performance material. And if you want a seamless material, there is a seamless material. And if you want soft brushed, you can get that too. So that I think is really nice. There was different options, lots of different sizes, different lengths, lots of different colors. So that's nice to see. Of course, not everything was available necessarily because some things do sell out, and that makes sense, right? I will say, I think the SoftMotion was my preferred fabric. But I don't know, like there's something with this thin waistband, right, that I showed you that it's just like a little weird, I don't know. So that's just like so thin kind of. I did like the high neck sports bra. I think that was really cute. I might actually keep that one because it's like a super simple thing that can easily mix and match with stuff. I'm not sure about the other pieces. I will say the seamless, I prefer this over most of the Gymshark stuff simply because the scrunch actually like kind of goes a little bit in between the cheeks instead of just sitting on top of them. So that worked well. The waistband could be a little bit more compressive, but like all in all, not bad. Is it good enough for me to keep? Yeah, it's like kind of like, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet about the SoftMotion stuff. I guess I will keep the free shorts because why wouldn't I? Like I said, it would just be nice if it had been my size, right? But yeah, I don't know. Would I try them again? I think so. If there was something that kind of interested me that like, you know, kind of caught my eye. They of course also do have sweat pants. They do have sweatshirts. They do have jackets, right? There's a lot more to this than just this, but I just wanted to try kind of like a base kind of like sports bra leggings and try to see where we're at with that. But yeah, so let me know which piece was your favorite. If there's anything that you love from Oner Active that you have tried before and you think I need to try that too. Also do let me know if you hate them. I don't know. Like I said, there's some things where I'm like, sure, like the brand name, you know, I'm like, yeah, okay. So there's a few things, right? But nothing's ever perfect, I guess.
So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Also let me know which piece was your favorite. I already said that, didn't I? If you have any feedback, any suggestions, anything, do drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video, which I really hope you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you get notified about all the new videos that are coming out. And if you haven't noticed it yet, or if you don't know, I also do have a Patreon going right now because, you know, I had some issues with YouTube before. And you can find me here on Patreon and, you know, become a member there and get a weekly extra video, basically. I used to post videos here on Mondays and Thursdays. Now I generally do only Thursdays. I'll try to get some Monday videos in here every now and then. But there's going to be a new video on Patreon every Monday for all the Tales of a Legging Addict members, or Twala members, basically. Otherwise, if you want to see more content, you can also go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I really need to get back to posting a little bit more regularly there. And yeah, if you have any feedback and suggestions, you can always DM me there too, but I'm more likely to see your comments here on YouTube. So if you have anything you want me to see, drop a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too long for you, but there was lots of pieces to talk about. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.